Dear students, I welcome you all for the online learning platform for the course Warehousing Automation. So, in the due course, we have learned the course up to 3 units, and this is the third unit, of course. So, we have completed 3 chapters in the unit 3, and today's presentation will go for the fourth chapter. So, the fourth chapter will help us to learn about analysis of order picking and packing. So, what all are the methodologies revolved around this picking and packing process, and of course how queuing theory is going to help us to assess this particular task. So that is what we are going to learn here. So before we get into this actual topic, now let us recall the topics what we have learned in the earlier sessions. See, warehousing process in unit 1 we learned that there are some factors on which the entire activity cannot be accomplished. That's where automation comes into picture. Okay, so number 1 was with respect to technology, second factor was with respect to human, and picking and packing was the subset of human related activity. Why? Because here human is going to pick and he is going to pack everything and he is going to send the same to the logistics case for the further delivery of the product to the customer. So that is how picking and packing plays a crucial role. So now we will understand how queuing theory helps us to assist the task of picking and packing without any issues. That is the one what we are going to learn in this particular chapter. So now we'll get into the chapter. So order picking and packing are two critical components in the order fulfillment process within the supply chain and warehouse operations. Efficient execution of these processes directly impacts customer satisfaction, operational cost and delivery time. So now, before we get into the actual understanding, now we differentiate this particular topic into two distinct activities. Activity number 1 is order picking and activity number 2 is order packing. So now what picking is going to do is, see, the moment we receive the order from the customer by means of WMS, that is warehousing management software, we go to the respective case. See, now the example what I am talking is in a traditional warehouse case. Okay, we go to that particular rack, we identify that particular product and we ensure that we cross check that whether the given specification, that is the ordered specification, and the product what we have chosen from the rack are they same. That's the first question what we are going to ensure. And yes, after verifying that yes, both the things are same, then what is the second activity we are going to do is we are going to give the same for the packing section. Now this particular task to be done in a very least possible time, so that the customer can get their product in the given reasonable time, and then it will be easy for the further logistics delay or anything if at all do comes into the process. It helps us to have some sort of cushion in between. And not only other thing, the operational cost, we can't keep them inside the warehouse for a prolonged period of time. At the earliest, the moment you receive the order, pick it up, pack it and send it for the case of delivery. So now how this can be accomplished by the application of queuing theory, that is the one what we are going to learn here. So now we'll define what is order picking. It is the process of retrieving products from warehouse inventory to fulfill customer orders. Now we have got a warehouse setup, we have got a management software. Now we know what is the existing quantity inside the warehouse. Existing quantity, say for example some 5 numbers. The order what you have received is 3 numbers. Immediately 2 activities has to be done under the subset of order picking. First, reduce the existing numbers. See, you have got an order for 3, now only 5 products are with us, minus it immediately, subtract it, update it on the database, so that somebody else if they order, they should see only 2 numbers are available, not the 5 numbers. So that is the first step. That is what is order picking is all about. Then we can go and retrieve the product. So the first foremost task is you receive the order, ensure how many products you are having in hand, immediately you minus it, then the rest only should be exposed to the customer, and this can be retrieved and it can be packed. So that is the most crucial activity of order picking. And now, what all are the different methods are there for picking? We will see one by one. Method number 1, discrete picking. Discrete picking. So discrete picking means at any point of time the person or the system what we have will pick only one part at a time, only one product at a time. It will be very simple to monitor. On the contrary, you have got some hundreds and hundreds of order, you do only one at a time, obviously that may not be efficient. So under what circumstances we can prefer? For best operations, okay, for low order quantity, only minimum number, you have got only some 5 or 6 products in your warehouse, but that quantity will be more, means yes, still you can go ahead with. The next case, batch picking. Batch picking means picking multiple orders simultaneously grouped by common items. This is another interesting fact. So this is how a real world scenario works. So under one particular category, you can stratify everything and it can be sorted in one area, so that you can go and immediately you can retrieve it up. So it is useful for high volume, and I want you guys to recall SKU, stock. What does SKU means? Store keeping units or stock keeping units. Both the things are right. Stock keeping units environment. So where you have got multiple amount of products on a diversified areas, those cases batch picking sounds the best. The next, zone picking. Pickers work in assigned zones. Orders move from each zone or through each zone. So zone 1 will be one, zone 2 will be the next, zone 3 will be. So likewise, you got an order which has got work in all these zones. First one zone will finish and that order as well as the products will be moved to the next. So likewise it can be done. So usually it is accomplished in the large warehouse cases where SKUs, that is stock keeping units, are very high. So usually for a large type of warehouse. The next, wave picking. So this is an undulating nature where you have got something like seasonal, combines discrete and batch packing scheduled by waves. Waves nothing but time based. So usually it will be preferred for high volume fulfillment time sensitive orders. So wave picking is always useful for high volume fulfillment cases, that is unexpected cases. We just get enormous amount of orders, unexpected case, okay, maybe during festival season or during some weekend, something like that. So that is where the term wave comes into picture, called as undulating. So unexpected cases we combine something discrete as well as batch picking. Then the fifth one, pick to light voice picking. So this is absolutely an automated warehouse. This is possible. Technology driven methods using lights or voice to command to guide pickers. So over voice we can get it. So usually it will be a technology enabled accuracy focused operation, but here the investment will be little bit high. Okay, so these all are the different methods of picking we just go ahead with. So based on the quantity and the operation of warehouse, any of these methods can be chosen, starting from discrete, batch, zone, wave, and finally pick to light or voice picking. And today modern warehouses are in this particular category. You ask the system, immediately the system says the location and then we can go and pick it up. So for easy identification. So that is what we learned in unit 2 AIDC, automatic identification and data capture. So everything is integrated. Now we learnt about KPI, key performance indicators. Now with respect to order picking, what all are the performance indicators are there? See, we knew the fact that KPIs are the one which paves a platform for evaluation and analysis of a system. We got a system, we wanted to analyze how the system is before and after, say some implementation of some concepts, some technologies. So KPIs plays a very crucial role. Key performance indicators. So first KPI is pick accuracy, percentage of items picked correctly. So you received so and so order, say n number of orders, whether n number of orders have been accurately picked. Say A product means only A product has to be picked, not something else you pick and then you replace. No, that is not accepted. So KPI, first KPI is going to be pick accuracy. Second, pick rates, lines or items picked per hour. So within 1 hour, how many products are we able to pick it? Okay, we in the sense not manual, that is automated system. Order cycle time, time from order release to completion. See, it is very crucial. You get an order, see that would have been say something like paid order. So customer would have paid for the particular product. You can't delay it beyond a reasonable period of time. So immediately, as early as possible, we are supposed to give away the product to them. So therefore, order cycle time plays a very important role. The moment you get the order, what is the least possible time or whatever the time you have taken in order to deliver it, that is called as order cycle time. Then labor cost per hour, obviously it is another cost, is going to be another thing. You can't spend too much amount on one particular order. You need to gradually move over to the other. So once an automated warehouse is there, so order picking is stabilized. Upon stabilization, KPIs will be measured under these platforms. Order packing. So first half we saw about order picking, now order packing. See, packing is another interesting part. Why? Because today packing plays a very crucial role due to the government regulations. Not only government regulations, even companies are focused with respect to eco-friendly processes. Okay, you can't have, for one particular product, you can't have too much amount of packing. You should have as minimum as possible, and you should ensure that it is free from any sort of water, or it is having a versatility with respect to water leakage. That is, it should have a proof with respect to it. And the other important thing is it should not damage during transit. Upon transit, it should not get damaged. So these all are the things what we should focus. Order packing. So the definition is like this. Packing involves placing picked items into appropriate packaging for shipment while ensuring item protection and accuracy. So this is what is. Why? Because for a 100 rupees product, you can't spend packing charges itself, say some 10, 20 rupees or 10 rupees. No, that is not going to be viable. It may not be economical over time. So with the least possible packing, we should ensure that the protection is there for that particular product. So that is where packing comes into picture. And another area, we should ensure that the materials what we use should be of eco-friendly materials. Packing process. So usually packing process gets into these many stages before it has been dispatched. First thing, verification. That is very, very important. Why? Because maybe out of urgency or some error in the system, some wrong product should not be picked and it should not be sent to the customer. So we should ensure that the right product has been picked. So order versus the one what has been picked, are they same? That cross checking will be done. Verification, that's the first step. Second step, quality control. The product will be subjected to visual inspection. Visually it will be inspected whether it is free from any sort of damages, any other basic things. Not you switch on the system, you check the functionality. No, not like that. On an outer visual appearances, voice quality check will be carried out. Any scratch or any such thing is there, any damage, whatever may be the nature of defect will be checked onto it. Packaging selection. How are you going to select? Are you going to select a big thermocol box for a small product, or you are going to select only cardboard, or how are you going to pack it? What's the nature of packing? All such things will be decided. Void, fill and sealing. This is another interesting case. You would have seen a puffed plastic box or polythene covers. See, once you position or place the product inside the box, you can realize there will be some small space will be there. How are you going to use that particular space? That need to be filled. Henceforth, if that is not done, what will happen is during transit, the possibility or probability of damages is little bit on the higher end. So therefore, what we do is we just keep some air-filled polythene bags or covers, or shredded papers will be kept inside. So that is void fill and sealing. Then labeling. So after nicely packing, we should give away the labels, the landmark, okay, or the details of the order, whether it is paid or not. So all such labels will be made readily available. It is not only for the case of shipping, not only for the sake of address. That's a document, okay, that's a document. Who picked the order, how the payment was done, if the payment was done, what's the transaction ID. So all such things should be known for this case of documentation. And finally, weighing and dispatch. Anyhow, we are not going to take care of the logistics. Maybe 3PL, third party logistics would have been preferred. So therefore weight plays a crucial role. So we will be monitoring, we will be tracking down the weight, everything, and finally we dispatch. So merely packing means not just packing and throwing it away. So these all are the series of activities what we have for the documentation as well as for the production of the part. So now KPIs for packing accuracy, correct items and quantity. Not only item, even quantity also should to be taken care. 10 products have been asked means exactly we are supposed to provide 10 parts. One, if you give either on the either side, that is one excess or one deficit, either cases it is going to spoil the repute of the organization. So that should be taken care. Packing time per order, it should be as least as possible. Packing material cost per order, another interesting fact. If it is a delicate say something brittle material means we'll be taking extra care in this regard, else minimum care will be taken, but to ensure that the protection of the part is appreciably good. Damage rate during transit, because insurance claims has to be taken care. So henceforth we strive a lot to ensure that no damage is going to occur during transit. Now we'll see the goals for either process, order picking and packing. The first goal is retrieve the items from storage, prepare items for shipment. You pick everything, okay, ensure retrieve and immediately give it for shipment preparation. Key tools, we can use software, WMS, barcode, AIDC concepts, say some pick cards or AMS, automated warehouse can have all these things. And for packing case scales, tape machines, label printers will be used. The main challenges in order picking is errors, inefficiency, long travel time, and packing, incorrect packing or excessive materials used. Either cases it is going to be an issue. Optimization, layout design, technology integration, picker training. So they should know where the rack is. They should not search for the want of the product. Some cases it will be in front of their eyes, but still they will not be able to locate it. So some proper training is necessary. So for the case of packing, standardization, automation, real-time verification. Standardization means, see today Amazon is having a very good standardized packing system. They have got only some 5 or 6 boxes that's standardized. Any product you select that gets or that is made fit to this particular category. So that is what standardization beauty lies upon. Impact, so speed, accuracy, labor efficiency, and for the case of order packing, customer satisfaction, shipping cost and damage rate. So now we come for the end of the presentation. So today this presentation took us to the interesting fact of order picking and placing, the KPIs, the definition we discussed, and finally we just compared with respect to the contrast of the working of picking and placing with respect to their goals. What all are the goals are there and what all are the factors which pull down the performance of both this process we just discussed. Okay, so with this we come to the end of the presentation. I request the students to note down any doubts, if at all. We can discuss in the online platform as well as in our doubt clarifying session on the regular days. Okay, thank you one and all.